In today's video, I'm gonna share with you few fragrances that I believe you should get them right now before reformulation. Why I chose these fragrances? Because the companies that produce these fragrances have some kind of notoriety about ruining their great jobs. The most notorious of them is, in my opinion, YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. I have two fragrances from this house, from lineup Y EDP and Y Le Parfum. You know what they did with the King La Nuit de l'Homme. They ruined that fragrance totally. These fragrances are one of my most complimented citrusy woody fragrances in the collection. I really enjoy this scent profile. They perform great, like over 7 hours plus in terms of longevity, with 2 hours of good projection and sillage. So before any reformulation, before they change the formulation of these great jobs, go get the bottle. If you have, I suggest you get the backup. The next one is House of Dior. You know what they have done with those great Dior Homme line, Dior Sauvage. They ruined those beautiful jobs. They watered down Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum. They discontinued the stuff. I'm talking about Dior Sauvage Elixir, which is a pretty new fragrance in the market and in my collection as well. It smells very pleasant. It is a loud and long-lasting fragrance. Probably in near future they're gonna ruin this fragrance as well. So before any reformulation happen, before they go to change formulation of this great job, I believe you should get a bottle. Absolutely a full bottle worthy. It is a little bit overpriced for 65 or 75 ml. I don't know. It is not a 100 ml, but it is a little bit overpriced, a bit salty for this fragrance, but it is a worthy fragrance. Absolutely. Another notorious house under this title, Reformulations, is with no doubt House of Paco Rabanne. They are very good in terms of ruining great jobs, discontinuing good stuff like Invictus Aqua 2016 or 1 million, which is totally reformulated. 1 million Privé, if I'm not mistaken, is discontinued. Was another good job that they ruined it totally. Invictus is also way watered down right now, so I suggest you, before any reformulations, go get Elixir. It's very new. 1 million Elixir lasts all day and projects like crazy. And Invictus Aqua 2018, it is 4 years, is about to get reformulated, I believe. This one is pretty new in my collection, but gets crazy compliments, I have to say to you guys. Reminds me of a little bit like Instant Crush by Montserrat. It has that DNA but not identical, but yeah, in that atmosphere. And this one, you know, it's aquatic, bubblegummy, loud and very watery, delicious type of fragrance. So from Paco Rabanne, go get 1 million Elixir or 2018 version of Invictus Aqua. So next one is House of Montserrat. Oh Montserrat, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? You are ruining all of the fragrances. What happened with the Citrat Boise? Look at this one, Choco Violet Or. Look at color of this juice. It is water, man. It is pure water. The before formulation was way denser, was like beer. As color of the beer was more concentrated and was lasting around 12 hours, 14 hours on me. This one is also 10 hours plus, but not as dense as before formulation. It was like very projecting type of fragrance, but this one is kind of milder compared to the before formulation. Look at the color of the juice. You can find the older formulation online. You can see what is differences between color of both of these juices. So from House of Montserrat, I suggest you go get two fragrances right now before they change the formulation. I believe you should get Instant Crush and Red Tobacco. They are very crazy lasting and complimenting fragrances. So these are full bottle worthy right now. Before formulation, I suggest you go get a bottle. Instant Crush is floral and sugary, kinda unisex. Red Tobacco is waxy, smoky and woody. This is bitter, in the bitter and more daring side. This one is a little bit in the safer and sweeter side. House of Giorgio Armani. Not as bad as the other houses like Dior or Paco Rabanne or Montserrat, but also they sometimes change formulation of some of their great jobs like Acqua di Giu or Armani Code. So I suggest you get few fragrances from this house, which I believe they are still rock stars. Code Absolu, Code Profumo, the newest version of the code, Code EDP. From this line of Acqua di Gio Profumo, absolutely a must-have. Acqua di Gio Profondo and Profondo Lights. Before any reformulation, I believe you should get some of these fragrances, and even some of them are backup worthy fragrances like Acqua di Gio Profumo. Next one is House of Armaf, one of the best inspired or cologne houses out there. Yeah, they are an inspired house, but why not? They have some great jobs, hands on, like Club de Nuit Intense Man, one of the best colognes for Creed Aventus, but they ruined some of the versions. I can say EDT, EDP, Pure, Parfum, Oil, they are not as great as before formulations. Also was one cologne of Dior Sauvage, I forgot it. Ventana is totally a water. Hunter Intense, not as great as before. So why not? I'm gonna suggest two fragrances from this house to you. Club de Nuit Milestone, Club de Nuit Sillage. Both are very close to real stuff, to Creed Millésime Imperial and Creed Silver Mountain Water. They perform very good, over 8-10 hours they last on my skin. This one is solid 8 hours plus, this one is 10 hours plus. Very great projection and sillage for more than 2 hours. So I suggest you go get these formulations. They are not still reformulated, so it's still not late to get a bottle, or if you have them in your collection, to get more backup bottles. Milestone, Sillage. Let's continue by House of Jean-Paul Gaultier. We know the most famous one is Le Male, which is totally watered down. Was like, I remember, was like 12 hours plus, easily with 2 hours, 3 hours solid, like nuclear projection and sillage. Very offensive type of fragrance in terms of projection and sillage. Right now is pure water, can last only like 6 hours maximum. If I overspray, I mean 6 hours with first hour average, kind of below average projection and sillage. Ultra Male is another great job that they watered down it a little bit. It's still good, it still performs 12 hours plus, but not as loud as before formulations. Hey, we know it. So I suggest you go get right now a bottle of Le Male Le Parfum. It is a very sexy fragrance and still not reformulated, performs very well, like 10-12 hours plus in terms of longevity, with 2 hours of very good projection and sillage. One of those absolute lady killers and alpha male type of fragrances out there. Not finished yet, I have two great another suggestions for you. One of the most complimentary fragrances in my collection, lasting, projecting and complimentary fragrances from Emporio Armani. Stronger with you intensely, stronger with you absolutely. Look at color of these juices, guys. So if you have not these fragrances in your collection, I believe these are full bottle worthy fragrances and even backup bottle worthy fragrances. They smell thick, slightly smoky. This one is intensity version is mostly in the spicier side. The absolutely version is in the boozy spicier side, let's say, to this one. This one is more boozy, but they share lots of similarities, like 85%, 90%. They are similar to each other. They last over 12 hours and project like 2-3 hours, very loud. So I believe these are a must-have fragrances in any main collection before any reformulations. Please let me know in the comments below if you have another suggestions or what is your thoughts on these fragrances. Take care.